Virtual fun art. Web 3. Let's see what this baby can do. Time for some real Web 3 vibes. Now that is what I call a base layer.
Because it's all about that bass, got that bass. No waiting, all about that bass, got that bass. Keep building, all about that bass, got that bass. Transactions, all about that bass, got that bass. Innovation, I'm bringing apps back. Go tell the builders that if your chain is feeling crowded, you can root around that. Yeah, my code runs clean and my users love the pace. Everywhere I'm going now, it's all about that bass.
It's bass time.
Got a DO in
Wow,
the morning,
that is
and an
incredible.
NFT at noon. Someone launched a frog token, now it's headed
This
to
one
the moon.
goes
The
right here.
timeline's moving faster than a rocket into
To
space.
rewrite the
Every
code.
second there's another thing happening on base. The DJs and the founders, they all
Yes,
gather
that did
around,
it.
trying weird experiments that somehow still work out. Some win, some crash, that's the crypto race. But everybody's having fun when they're building on base.
It's going down.
Hey,
This is dynamic.
validator, spin that node. Hey, founder, ship that code. Hey, trader, watch that chart. Hey, artist, mint that art. From the wallets to the swaps, from the memes to the dapps. If you're making something cool, we can put it on the map. It's all about that bass, got that bass. Keep shipping, all about that bass, got that bass. Keep minting, all about that
Keep
bass,
watching
got
to
that
see
bass.
how I made the
Keep
music
building,
and
all
video.
about that bass, got that bass. No quitting, yeah.
Hi everyone, it's Jamie here from Virtual Fun Art, and I'm going to be explaining how I made the music video all about that bass. All the software I'm going to be showing you in this video, or any links, will be included in the YouTube description. So yeah, there's quite a lot to cover actually, and this won't be the first video that I'm going to make either. I'm going to make quite a lot and add them to my playlist on YouTube of the sort of tools I'm using and explain in detail. But this will be a general overview of the kind of software I use. So first of all, if you're making a video, well, the hardest thing is thinking of what you need to make in the first place. You know, have an idea. That's probably the hardest bit. And then once you've figured out what you want to make, then you need to figure out what tools you need to make it. So I started off knowing that I want to make a music type video, so I needed to start off with the music because the video will be in sync with what the music is saying. So how do you create music using AI? So it always starts off with lyrics, and anyone can generate lyrics. If you go to ChatGPT or Gemini, I actually use the Gemini AI chat. I think that's quite good. I also pay for it. The only reason I'm not showing my Gemini chat is because it has my location on there, so I didn't want to show it for this example. But you know, you can just simply type into ChatGPT or anything, create lyrics for this kind of song, and you know, it might be a bit of trial and error to get the lyrics right, but yeah, you can do that. What I will point out is one of the main reasons why I sign up to these AI softwares is because you then own the copyright or the commercial rights to distribute those sort of songs. If you don't sign up, then yeah, you might get yourself into a legal pickle in the future. So I didn't want to take that risk. That's why I subscribe to these platforms. If you're gonna distribute music commercially, yeah, I just don't want to get into any legal disputes over that. So I'd rather just subscribe. I've done my research on that. Yeah, so once you actually have your lyrics, then you can use an incredible piece of software called Suno. And this is how I actually created the vocals for All About That Bass and some of my other songs. I actually make quite a lot of music videos in general. If you check my my main link to my link tree, I don't just have one YouTube page. I actually have quite a few. So I have Virtual Fun Art Kids, and I make loads of sort of kids videos, like music videos, using this sort of stuff. And yeah, my son absolutely loves it, which is the main reason why I make that. But yeah, so these are lyrics I generated for All About That Bass. So I technically own the copyright for these lyrics and copyright for the actual song. When you go to create, you have a place where you can put your lyrics. As you can see, there's loads of different ones I've created, such as the one for the World of Trinity game. Yes, I put my lyrics in there, and then I say what sort of style I want it to be. So All About That Bass is an upbeat retro pop. Um, yeah, catchy female vocals, hand claps. So I'm trying to get the feel of the song that I want, and obviously I've used the Megan Trainor All About That Bass vibe as the basis of this song. You know, it's just a sort of funny version of it. Yeah, so once you put that in, then you can click create and it will generate your song. More often than not, you're not going to go with the first one that you generate. I've generated up to about sort of 30 different versions before I decide on one. So you can sort of fine tune them to get what you want. So yeah, you have your song. Um, yeah, now you need your videos. So for my AI videos, I use something called Google Labs Google Flow, which is it must be a market leader of AI text to video uh, software. It's fantastic, to be honest, and I've been using this ever since it was released. I think it was released maybe a year and a half ago. But yeah, it's brilliant, and there's always upgrades to it. So, if you've not used this before, what I will point out is I'm not sure if you can use this for free. There's different levels of subscription. I think it's a minimum of $18 a month, and it can go all the way up to like hundreds of pounds a month. So yeah, to be honest, the minimum subscription is pretty good. You know, it gives you quite a lot of credits. I get around. I make my credits go a long way because depending on the quality of your video, depends on how many credits you use. For example, you could spend 10 credits or 100 credits on one video, depending on what quality level you want it. But then if you know how to upscale videos and stuff like I do, then I can make in lower quality, then upscale it using other software. Yeah, so the way this works, you you've got different parameters here of what you want for your video. So frames means you can actually insert an actual image, like a reference image, and it'll base the video start from a starting frame. You can even do a starting frame to an end frame. So say if you want a scene to start and end in a particular way, it will actually start from that particular reference image and then end for whatever reference image you have for the end. This bit here, it says times 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how many videos you want it to generate from that one prompt. I always pick one because I was just using up so many credits. You might as well just generate one at a time to make sure. Yeah, this is the most important bit. So when you click this, these are the different video models. Omni Flash, and you've got light, fast, quality. Yeah, so these are. It used to be just a different version actually. About a year ago, it used to be Theo 2, and that was very limited to what you can do. So they're improving it all the time, and but the quality one uses 100 credits. The Omni Flash uses between 15 and 20. That's actually quite a new thing, is the Omni Flash, and it's brilliant. So my recommendation, if you're using this software, use Omni Flash, like pretty much most of the time. The quality is meant to be the best, but the problem with that, if you're doing what I'm doing, you want a character like a AI, like a better looking AI version of myself, then that's very hard to do on the quality. It's not so good at doing that. It's quite good at making like very beautiful sceneries and stuff like that, but yeah, I think for sort of story type telling videos that I do, Omni Flash is better. So when you click Omni Flash, you can have something called ingredients, and that's good because you can actually add different references to support your prompt. And you can even have your own characters. Yeah, so I've got a character for myself. So every time I want myself in a video, I've already pre-made my own character. So this is me, and I've got a voice. Obviously, it's an AI generated voice of myself, but I do believe in future we'll actually have my own voice on there, and you probably won't even be able to recognize the difference between the real me and AI me in the future. I 100% believe that. But yeah, I've got a character called Maracas as well because I actually own this little pudgy. So my intention is to have him in videos, especially in my kids channel. He is in one of the videos actually that I did make called The Huddle. Yeah, which you can find on my YouTube Kids YouTube. So yeah, so once you've got those sort of things, then you can start making an actual video from a prompt. So to help you with the prompt, like say if you've got an idea of what kind of scene you want, like I had this scene that I want a cyberpunk sort of style of me in this cyberpunk type office, and I want to go to a jukebox and to put in my music NFT that I created called All About That Bass. You know, it's going to put that record into the jukebox and play it for everyone. So I started off with an AI chat like ChatGPT, and you can say for it to describe a scene like that for an AI video, which lasts about 8 seconds. It's important to put the time in there so it can break down the scene in seconds, you know, and you can actually more accurately reproduce that scene. Because remember, if you just type in "I want this particular scene," it doesn't know timescale like unless you tell it to. So yeah, it's good to get to break it down. Or if you want it to be realistic, or you could type in you want a cinematic like realistic type scene, or if you want a cartoon scene, you write that. In general, I think the AI is better actually creating realistic scenes than cartoon scenes. That's what I found. Yeah, so that's how I've generated these. And yeah, as you can see, I've actually created a lot of videos for this. I mean, yeah, as you can see, the video it did, what is it like? Less than a couple of minutes long. So you can see the amount of effort I've put in to try and get it right. Because AI don't always produce what you want it to produce. Well, not yet anyway. So at first, I was having, I was having issues generating the right jukebox. I don't know if I can find it. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so there you go. This is fine. I'm dancing, and the jukebox looks right, and it looks consistent. Oh, suddenly I've got a different jukebox. Why? Yeah, so it's all to do with the prompt because the prompt didn't say I must have consistent objects in the scene. Or even if I do say that sometimes it just struggles to get what you want. The way I see it, AI has a certain amount of resources, yeah, especially these you know, these particular models. They got to render a scene which is going to use up a lot of processing power for Google Flow, and yeah, and your prompt is telling it what's most important to you. Yeah, and if I don't say that the jukebox is that important, then it thinks it can just do what it wants with it. Or if I say, oh, make sure you focus on my clothes, yeah, it would actually put more energy into focus on my clothes. So yeah, it's important to emphasize certain things. But what's brilliant about Google Flow recently is that they allow you to actually make the edits. So look, it says describe your edit. Yeah, so you can actually
This
describe
track is
changes.
dynamic.
I can't remember what I. Yeah, so you can actually like say, hang on a minute, I want the camera to be moving further into the jukebox as the video goes on. And then you can write that there, or you could even say, I want the jukebox to stay consistent. And then it'll make them changes. I think I had some videos where this record on here didn't look like all about that bass record. It just looked like it looked a different color. So I'd say, look, I need to correct that and yeah, make it consistent. Yeah, making things consistent is the number one issue that you're going to have, and it really depends how picky you want to be or how perfect you need to make it. But for me personally, because I don't want to spend my whole lifetime creating a video, and obviously you've got to make it cost effective as well, because they do cost credits. The number one things I want from a video is that one, it's got to tell the story correctly. So when people watch your video, it makes sense. They got to understand what it's trying to tell them. And then yeah, two, it's got to be sort of the important things should be consistent enough. If you really looked at my AI videos, you might find many things which are not perfect with it. But then it's okay. If you're entertained by it and you got the overall message across to you, then that's fine. So yeah, once you've generated your video, you'll realize that you're probably going to be disappointed. It's only gave you 8 or 10 seconds of video. That is a massive problem if you want to, if you want to actually create like, a sort of storyline type video, which needs to last longer. So that's where Blender comes in. Yeah, so Blender is an incredible piece of free open source software. Anyone can download it. You can download it today and use Blender. And it's not just good for video editing, it's brilliant for literally anything you want to do. So you can create 3D models. You could even create stuff for games as well. So you could actually, whatever model you create in Blender, you could even transfer that to a Unity game engine and then do something with it. Yeah, I've created all sorts of things in Blender, so yeah, you're always welcome to ask me about those things. Yeah, so as you can see, this is my timeline in Blender. So in Blender, this is called the sequencer, and you can input images, sound, video into this. And this is what I use to kind of stitch my video together. And it's not particularly easy. It's easy with some videos and others. I think this one was actually quite tricky because it was quite hard to seamlessly merge scenes together. But yeah, as you can see, that this is the end of this video. Also, I've sort of overlaid other videos on top. So as soon as it gets to this one here, see I've got the base world video kicks in. Sometimes the transitions are quite sharp or don't smoothly go from one to another. You could try your best to generate videos so they can easily blend over to to the next video. But if I can't do that, then I do put something in between. Yeah, so for example, I couldn't really transition this video to that one that good, so that's why I put this distraction. I put this in between. Yeah, so it goes from the record. It shows you a bit of the city made of base cubes. Yeah, and then straight back to this. But it's still entertaining, I think. Yeah, also voice is quite difficult with AI. I struggled with this particular video actually at the beginning because originally the voice didn't sound great at all. So I used this. This is actually a tool I just discovered yesterday. Yeah, it's pretty good because I had an issue trying to get my voice right or better quality. So this is the original voice that I had.
Let's see what this baby can do. Time for some real Web3 vibes. Now that is what I call a base layer.
Yeah, and this is the enhanced version.
Let's see what this baby can do.
See,
Time for some real Web3 vibes.
See, that's a lot clearer, isn't it? This is called Adobe Podcast, so it's good at brushing up audio. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's going to become more important for me to do that with AI. Yeah, what it does, it kind of removes like the background echoing, because when you actually render videos with AI, it really is trying to simulate the real world. So if you have an environment which is got solid walls and stuff like that, or if you're in a cave, it will actually make the voice sound like it is echoing a little bit. But then that can sometimes, yeah, come across as lower quality, and it can actually create noise within the video itself, because it can't always replicate it like it really is in the real world, and that's the problem. Yeah, so I'm going to be covering all these softwares in more detail on other videos, and yeah, I'm going to have a playlist with the different creator tools for the crypto world, and yeah, go into detail with that because there is so much you could do with these sort of things. Once I got my song, well, once I'm happy with the creation of it. When I say song, I mean the whole music video. Then you can click render up here and go render animation, and so then it will turn it into an MP4, but only if you set up Blender correctly. So Blender has a lot of things you need to set up to make it work. So here you have output, and when you go down here, it says what sort of file format you want it to be and all that sort of stuff, and what's the quality of the audio. Up here is your resolution. So I've got this in standard landscape HD resolution, and frame rate is 30 frames per second. If you up your frame rate, your video is just going to be like massive in file size, and yeah, it's quite rare you'd need more than 30, to be honest, for what you're probably going to use it for. Yeah, so once I've done that, I mean, what do I want to do with my video? Well, yeah, most of my videos are posted to X, and also they're posted to YouTube. But this particular music video, though, I created an NFT and upload. Yeah, I created my own contract via Manifold.xyz, which is an incredibly popular creator tool on Base. So this all about my Base track. I created a NFT contract for it. That means anyone who mints it they can actually sell that on pretty much any marketplace like OpenSea, Rarible, etc. That's why I minted it this way. So because it's on its own contract, it means you have the freedom to sell this anywhere if you mint one or buy one. So yeah, I like creating. If I create art or any music on chain, that's the way I like to do it. Because I know in the past I did create some NFT collections on OpenSea, but then it's kept within their platform. So I like to, yeah, if I'm going to create any NFTs, I like it to work across platforms. Yeah, so hopefully that helps you get started with some creation. If you really enjoyed this video and you want more of this sort of stuff, yeah, please subscribe or even mint an All About That Bass music track. There's a total of 500 in supply. I'm not saying it's going to be worth anything in the future, but you know, if you do mint it, it's much appreciated. Okay, hopefully it helps you. All right, thank you. Bye.
Subscribe to keep up with the latest crypto projects and trends.